Welcome back. Well, anyone looking at the stat line from the Wayne State at Augustana game over the weekend would have most likely assumed the Vikings came out with the victory. Unfortunately, that was not the case with Augie football, who ended up with a 3-point loss to the Wildcats. However, the coaching staff feels there are a variety of positives to come out of the loss. And to talk a little more about the Saturday game and hitting the road this weekend, here's Carla Metts with Coach Jerry Olszewski.
All right, Coach, let's talk a little bit about this Wayne State game that was here this past weekend. A little bit of a tough loss just because it was by 3 points. But as far as we're talking about the production of your offense, you outgained them over 200 yards. So what advantage did they really have coming into this game, and what kind of progressed as the game progressed?
Well, I think the story of the game was the turnovers. It's hard to win a game, turn it over 7 times, obviously, and that turnover margin has to flip for us in order to be a more successful football team. We got to turn them over as well. But when you talk about total yardage on a day, the positives to take from it, and I do mean positives. We ran the ball as well as we've run it in a long time against a decent defense. That was, Ryan Bradbury had a great game. Rudy St. Florent ran the ball with power behind himself as well. So I think we did some really good things from that perspective. Defensively, we flipped the field and did a great job in sudden change, and I know there'll be questions about that as we go, but I think the story of the game is the turnovers and the inability to finish drives and score the points when we should have been rewarded, as an offense for playing pretty well in the various things.
Right, and let's talk a little bit further into those turnovers. Kyle Sadler had 7 interceptions, probably not anything fun to talk about, but it is a learning opportunity for a very young quarterback. So as far as those interceptions are concerned, was this just missed assignments? Was their defense disguising their coverages? Like what caused those, do you think?
Yeah, well, I don't think I know. As we broke it down and you go through it, that's just not Kyle Sadler.
Right.
There's 2 protections in there that he gets hit as he throws. The guy's open and he's going to deliver a good ball, but he gets hit on the throw and turns into 1 interception. Another one, a running back doesn't get into protection soon enough, gets hit again. There's another interception. The third one that he was on the move. There was 2 really ill-advised throws, and Kyle just didn't throw the ball well in 2 of those scenarios. And then there's the Hail Mary at the end of the game, which I don't put on a quarterback.
Right,
That's one of those ones. But that's not defending Kyle or anybody in our program. We need to improve and get better. But as 11 is how this thing rolls. There's one route bust that, when the ball's out in the middle of the field and you're wondering who's he throwing to because we're not where we're supposed to be. All those things that we clean up are controllable. That's within us, and coaches are working diligently with our players to get it right. But when you put all those things together, it's pretty efficient. We look good when we do things the right way, and that's the goal of everybody. And that's what we're going to get back to on we did already on Sunday, improved on it yesterday, and Tuesday was a great practice. So with a young quarterback and a young team, we need to make sure we minimize those failures and maximize our successes so that at the end of the day we end with drives and points on a drive that are going to help us move forward.
Yeah, so definitely something to address, but not something that mentally you spend a lot of time just kind of sulking over, I'm sure, for those guys.
Not when you can show them on tape.
Right.
I mean, the proof's in the pudding. You show it to them, and they get it. They're grown men. They understand failure and success, and at that point, that's what you do.
Let's talk a little bit about the momentum change. At the end of the game, they had Wayne State scored 16 points before you got on the board, but you were able to put 13 points together in the fourth quarter. So what was the difference with that momentum shift in the fourth quarter?
Well, we finished on some drives, and I'm most proud of the fight in our kids. They never gave up, and defensively continued to provide opportunities for our offense to get back in this game, both field position-wise, and then we even get a strip fumble and turn it over again, and an opportunity to flip the field as well. So that was great to see the fight in our kids and be very efficient to close out the drive and make it a game that, we had a possession yet to win it. It was 7 turnovers and we had 2 possessions to win the game. So that to me gives great pride in our program, and it's coming. It's coming. We want, in our society, we want this microwave thing to be ready right now when we put it in the oven, and this one's going to bake a little bit, but we're getting closer and closer to that finished product, and that's what we need to keep our kids up and understand that you're going to be good and you're going to continue to be better. But we want to continue to close that gap of what it is, and as a team get the wins because we're playing well in different facets.
Let's quickly talk about the game that's upcoming this Saturday. Minnesota State still undefeated right now at 5-0. So what have your guys been working on this week to get ready for that game?
Well, number one, it's a different opponent. They run similar things to that we do. Very similar teams as far as what they do and what we do schematically. They're a good football team across the board. They get good offense, good defense. They're giving up 12 a game defensively. They're We're the highest scoring team in our league right now at 42.8 or something like that. So we got our challenge for us. It's homecoming at Mankato, so there'll be a great crowd, a great college atmosphere for us to walk into. And it's been a while since we won there. It's always been a last possession type of game in the last at least several years. So I look forward to it. Our kids are excited about it. We'd love to get some guys healthy and hit the bus ride to get to Mankato. But I think we'll have a great game plan together and execute it to the highest of our ability and play like crazy. But what an opportunity for our kids. You know, it's really you become who you think you are, and we want to become that team that belongs there. So we're going to have to get after it.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck on the road this weekend. We'll see you next week.
Thanks so much, Carla.
Thanks.
All right, thanks so much, Carla and Coach OJ. That game against Minnesota State kicks off at 1:30 p.m. Saturday from Blakesley Stadium in Mankato. Next on Midco Sports tonight, we head to the gridiron for high school football. Jody Norstead gives us his updated rankings and takes a look at the playoff picture if those playoffs started today in North Dakota. Then after that, we take it to South Dakota for rankings and a playoff picture with Jason Andera. We'll be right back.
Midco Sports Tonight, presented by Avera Orthopedics.